Charlie Kirk, I have to say, I think he's really smart. I believe is starting to, in my opinion, really play himself. He's starting to play, he's leaning towards a certain team, which I'm really sick and tired of hearing any team except for here at home. I don't give a rat's bunny button. I don't know why I said that. It's just, I didn't want to say ass. It's not wrong saying ass. I didn't want to, so do you have the video of, this is when, in my opinion, Charlie Kirk got exposed. And, yeah, go ahead, play this video.
That the Jews run the American government.
That's not a secret, Charlie.
Well, no, I find it hilarious that
all of Trump's cabinet is Jewish. Israel did 9/11, Charlie.
Oh, Israel did 9/11, Charlie.
Why are we in the middle? I served.
Now watch Charlie's
Why were we in the Middle
response.
East?
Well, I mean, you can,
why were we in the Middle East?
You can reject involvement in the Middle East without also
He's
believing
trying
Israel
right now
did 9/11.
'cause he knows the crowd.
So
He knows he don't want to go in his
Israel did 9/11.
territory.
Help me understand this. Who were the hijackers of the planes?
Oh,
Explain
my
to me.
God, Charlie. Charlie. Who were the hijackers? Listen, I had this conversation with really close friends of mine. And this is, what you see on TV can be so traumatizing. And then the assault that happens after completely blinds you and emotionally gets you. I'm sorry. I don't believe for 1 second that a bunch of, I'm sorry. And I got news for you. When Charlie said this, the youth of America is not stupid. You can hear the crowd. They silenced Charlie Kirk when he said, okay, well, who hijacked the plane? Listen, I know a lot of you, this is a very touchy subject, but sometimes you have to face a subject instead of believing what the narrative tells you over and over and over again. Okay? Let's go with the theory. I'm just going to ask questions. Let's go with the theory that Muslims learned how to fly a plane. Okay? From the desert. They were from, I don't know, where they say they were from? Osama bin Laden, wherever he was from. So a bunch of Islamists, or whatever they labeled them out, for 5 years they learned how to fly a plane. Okay. Let's say they were on a, not one of them, not one, said, you know, I kind of like watching baseball, and and I kind of like, you know, some of the American food, and since I'm able to fly, I mean, why not go home and learn to fly a commercial jet? We're going to go with that theory. And then, after that horrible event, they find in the midst of all the rubble the passports in plain sight. Hey, we found it! This is like out of if this was in a movie, you'd say this is the dumbest movie. If I was the executive, I went, dude, come on, is this a comedy? This is sick. You got to rewrite this part. Let's go with that. Here's where people don't use just your own thinking. The buildings went straight down. Everyone knows that. Demolition. And what's the excuse that everyone says? Well, it's because it was so hot. Think about that. It was so hot that the beams just melted. So let me ask you this. Before they collapsed and the fire was so hot that it melted steel, what were the human beings doing 5-10 feet above them in the walls, waving scarves for their lives? How are they not burnt? So the heat rises. Common sense would tell you heat rises. But this heat melted downward. And but the people on top, help! Help! Somehow they're able to get away with that 5 billion degrees that's burning steel. And think about this. You trust our government? A plane was hijacked from Boston? That's a solid 1-hour ride to New York. A solid 1-hour ride. Solid. Unless you're in some psycho Learjet. I lived in Chester, New Jersey. When Trump was in town, if a plane went up, there were Learjets there. They were seconds. You have Air Force bases in Jersey. You have Air Force. Did our military were they sleeping? And I'm not attacking military. I'm asking you, do you not think about these things? We allowed a plane to get hijacked. As Charlie said, who are the hijackers? Who were the hijackers, Charlie? And where'd you get that information? From this? Or from the people that are paying you and funding you to speak? Because you talk about Israel a lot. Talk about Israel a lot, Charlie. I saw you do it right in front of my own face. Which is fine. But we're going to get to that. Now, let's say the motive for these crazy, psychotic Muslims was to, what was it? They hate our freedom. I have a simple question. They hate your freedom so much that they were able to mastermind. They don't even have a military. But they were able to mastermind getting planes, hijacking, with America not showing up to help their citizens, while George Bush is in a classroom, as they're saying, the kids are repeating the words, hit, steal, plane. I'm sure you guys seen that video. And no one comes, even after the second plane hits. Still no military. Are we the greatest strength in the world? Are we? Have we put too much trust? Have we? So it's freedom that they hated? I don't know about you, but if I'm going to attack someone I know got the biggest military in the world, has the greatest advanced technology, if I'm going to take out one of their most important buildings and somehow get away with it because the military was nowhere to be found that day, you better have a second wave coming. Let me tell you something. The young generation were huge Charlie Kirk fans. I was a huge Charlie Kirk fan. This moment, I don't know who this kid was. He exposed Charlie and he has not been able to get back on his feet. He can't escape this. He cannot escape this. You can't be that brilliant and go, they were Muslim, and then, come on, man. You got to ask some questions here. We can't just believe everything that's thrown at you.